The Siesta Beach HCG diet. Now, actually, it's a lifestyle of low carbohydrate diet with HCG. And a bonus, optimizing weight loss with hormone balance. Hi, this is Dr. Robert Carlson. I'd like to talk a little bit about why, as women approach menopause, they will gain weight. And unfortunately, it's your own body dictating this. When a woman is in her 20s and 30s, her FSH level is usually around 3 to 6. That means that the pituitary, or the brain specifically, is talking to the ovary and telling the ovary to please ovulate. And when a woman is very young, the brain will say, hey, left ovary, would you mind ovulating? And the left ovary will ovulate. The next month, it'll say, hey, right ovary, would you ovulate? And it'll say, sure, I'll ovulate. And that works great until a woman approaches her 30s and 40s. At that point in time, the brain, via the FSH, will tell the ovary to ovulate. And the ovary's response is, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm really tired. Go ask the other side. So all of a sudden, the FSH starts to rise. And as the FSH starts to rise, it's because this ovary is no longer responding. So the FSH starts out at 3 to 6. Next thing you know, it's 20. Next thing you know, it's into the 40 range. When it reaches 40, a woman is considered in menopause at that point in time. But there are actually significantly other things that are going on. Number one, a woman is experiencing a tremendous amount of hot flashes because the brain is yelling at that ovary to continue to make more estrogen. And the ovary's not listening. Unfortunately, the only thing that listens at this point in time to the FSH is an endocrine organ called your fat. The higher this FSH goes, the more it is telling your fat to make more fat, so it will make more estrogen. Here's the problem. It doesn't care if you're eating carefully. It doesn't care if you're exercising. The brain has dedicated your body, specifically your fat stores, to create more fat so that they can achieve the amount of estrogen that your brain wants to have in the bloodstream. Well, unfortunately, the only way this can occur is if you get fatter and fatter and fatter. And unfortunately, women will gain 20 to 30 pounds of fat in that perimenopause, menopausal period. And quite frankly, it has nothing to do with improper eating or lack of exercise. It has all to do with your brain telling your fat to make more fat so it will make more estrogen. Specifically, the estrogen that is made is something called estrone. Now, when a woman is very young and her FSH is normal, she produces something called estradiol, and sometimes even 7-to-1 ratio. So there's a lot of estradiol. In menopause, the estrone becomes the primary estrogen, not estradiol. And now sometimes it's actually 7-to-1 to 10-to-1 estrone to estradiol. So here's the problem. We need to tell your brain that you have enough estrogen, and we don't want it to demand and dedicate your body to making more fat. And really, the only way to do that is to give you enough estrogen, specifically to give you estradiol and estriol, by the way, both those together to then let the brain know that there's enough estrogen. So the key is, with enough estrogen, this FSH, which was very, very high, and drops now because we're giving enough estradiol. So the whole key to bioidentical hormone replacement isn't really just hot flashes. It isn't just night sweats. It isn't just problems with memory. It isn't just changes in skin. It isn't just changes in libido. It's the demand of your body to make more estrogen, and the only way your body knows how to do that is to make more fat. So we give you enough estradiol, the FSH will then fall, and you'll start losing weight. And that's in fact what a Dr. Mahmood out of Minnesota showed, that women on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy with lowering of their FSH will result in up to and in an average of 16 pounds of weight loss in only 1 year, just by correcting their hormones. But actually that makes sense, because the only reason your body's fat stores are increasing is because your body wants more estrogen. And the only organ that can produce estrogen at this point in your life is your fat. So your body is telling your fat to make more estrogen. So correcting the estradiol and estriol will result in a dramatic loss in weight. Pretty neat, pretty easy. And by the way, this has nothing to do with giving more antidepressants, which will cause you to gain weight, or anti-anxieties, which will cause you to gain weight. This is rebalancing hormones that were so kind to you when you were in your 30s and 20s and are now gone, and all we do is restore these in a very healthy fashion to help you lose weight. But you can also understand that it would be extremely difficult to lose weight when your body is dedicating itself to storing more fat. This is Dr. Carlson. Thanks for listening.